your man Micah's back with another video. Back in the new year of 2023. Yes, hopefully you guys are doing well. You guys made it through to the next year, ready to see what this year brings. And I know a lot of us are very, very much so hoping that Crystal Dynamics gets their act together to bring us content outside of some of these fire outfits that they have been dropping. Yes, this is a Thor video. Before we get to it, and as we allow folks to enter the arena, we will sit here and look in the marketplace real quick. Whoa, buddy, because I thought the volume was down. Alright, there we go. Had to make sure that volume was down, you know what I mean? Clear the voice. So, what is fire in here right now? Well, just so happened that this week is a Thor XP, triple XP week, and of course, using your consumable, your XP consumable, you can get upwards of what? 4.5, 5 times XP for Thor. So keep that in mind when it comes to rocking Thor. They have 2 fire Iron Man outfits, not to mention this fire Hawkeye outfit that they dropped as well. But the outfit that's really got my, well, no, the Prime outfit and the stealth version of it is just completely fire. He looks like an Adaptoid, which maybe that's the point, but it looks absolute fire. But if we go check out him real quick, he has that one ninja outfit that I have not gotten to yet. I almost want to buy that one, but I'm good on that one ultimately. This one I almost want to collect just because I'm an Iron Man guy, but again, I'm being very scrutinizing with my money I'm spending. This is the outfit I gotta get right here. That Iron Man Magic Modified, or the Ninja outfit basically, and then of course the Marvel's Avengers outfit for Iron Man. I'm behind on my Iron Man fits. I gotta get them. I like this nameplate here too, which is absolute fire. Of course, I have the nameplate that represents the Prime outfit inspiration. This is pretty decent one as well. I don't think anything's been added in here for Bucky. I mean, it's been the same. They haven't really added much. I do have to get, I don't mind that one, but I don't mind getting this outfit and this one. These two I would get right here. This one, don't care for as much. It's kind of unique, I guess, but they haven't really added anything for Bucky. I do need to get his other takedowns as well. I haven't played this game, you know, in a good few weeks, especially since I've started my God of War journey. But this is basically housekeeping as we wait some folks to come in. We got at least one in the chat. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully, again, this year we get much more content, fun content, interactive content, in-game content for the game. Otherwise, it's not looking too bright. So let's go ahead and jump into play now. I don't know who I was using last, but Thor's been 175 for a while. So I might as well go ahead and change them while I'm here. Come on. Bruce. Let's go ahead and jump on over into Thor. Whoops. Hulk is my next one that I'm working on. Hulk is currently 164. If I play this week, he could be at 166 maybe. You know, getting with some friends, jumping into the Elite Raid is the best course of action there. And if I want extra gear just to power up other gear that I may like from him, jump into the OLT and the regular raid. That's how you can kind of maintain getting some high level gear that you currently are at. Unfortunately, they still have those capped. You should be able to get higher gear still, especially now with a new power level cap of 185. So I don't know why they still have the caps on that content, as well as like the Elite Villain Sector, Elite Vault. You should be able to get higher scaling gear. I don't know what's taking them so long to unleash the cap on those, but yes, Hulk is my next one to achieve 175. It's going to take a little bit, unless, and again, we get the Tachyon Anomaly event come back around to provide lots of gear, and that's how I got Thor so quick within like the span of a week to 175. His champion level is currently 71. I like this Infinity War outfit. So, something's in my throat, guys. So, how do I have my Thor built? Well, you see, he's a monster. I've sacrificed some defense, but I don't have to worry about it too much because he's set up very, 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 very nice. All right. I took a little bit of inspiration from my Lady Thor build for Thor's build. As you see, I was actually able to get a little bit more balance and high balance on top of that for his ranged and his melee. Which with Lady Thor, if we want to check real quick, I couldn't get her as balanced that way. Oh, well, yeah, close, right? She's a little bit more ranged, but she's relatively high. If I could sacrifice 150 throw it there, and then well, it's got a little bit longer way to go there. You know, it would have been nice, but I like how she is because she's about throwing that hammer. Whereas Thor, he's they're arguably the 99% the same, right? But there is variances in there, and the differences in the uniqueness. So popping back into Thor, of course, let's check out the nameplate. I like this one. Call upon the Bifrost. We got the Infinity War outfit. We got the flare. And flare, he just throws a hammer around like that, right? He puts the hammer down, baby. So let's get the artifacts out the way. Nornstone or Lethal Will. You could argue I could actually change this to Tactagon, but I believe I have a damage buff active. So that's why I don't mind keeping it because I have one that's active that does fairly well, does activate pretty quick. I mean, 26% chance you could argue on a melee crit. And to give you a brief look at the proficiencies at 270, right? Which means his perk chance is 42% at base, and then you add that 25.6%, which puts him around 67%. And that's not to mention the skills that we're about to jump into. So in terms of that, that's why I have the lethal will active. I would say keep that in mind. How you approaching your build? I do have a battery effect somewhat going with the vibranium and the shock damage, and he does shock damage by nature with his heroic attacks. So again, that's why I'm keeping that one open. And also, again, we'll get into the skills, but that's how I have him set up. And that's why I could go with the Tactagon, because the way I have my gear set up, Tactagon will work as well. And it arguably probably would work better than my damage buff, since I only have one means to activate my damage buff. So it's major artifacts are interchangeable. I'll put it like that. Now his minor artifacts, he has a triple valor, of course, and as you see, his heroic is crazy high, 20,000, almost 21,000. And then proficiency, this is where you get those big leaps and bounds in critical damage, and I'm using this to boost that up. If I wanted to, I could sacrifice proficiency and throw a melee, triple stack melee on him. I could throw a triple stack valor again. I could throw a triple stack precision on him. I could even throw a triple stack defense if I wanted to. And then you'll see everything kind of, well, except for defense. Melee, range, and heroic would slightly drop, but you see his stats. He would still be a monster if I took that off, but I don't want to because I want him to be a high damage based hero. Him and I need both my Thors coming in wreaking havoc. All right. So before we get into the gear, we're gonna jump into the skills. And jumping into skills, of course, as usual, fill all this out. You have to. Jumping into specialities. For his Warrior's Fury, I use Ymir's Wrath. Nearby teammates receive a temporary damage boost of 25% when Warrior's Fury is activated. I believe he also gets this applied to him, and he does have a piece of gear that also boosts his Warrior's Fury damage and or stun damage, and can extend Warrior's Fury when defeating enemies, I think, with it, or defeating them in general. So you can really buff up his Warrior's Fury with gear, but I'm not necessarily taking that approach with him right now. I'm just using his skills to do that. The other branch from this tree would be Hell's Anger. Increase critical attack damage by 25% and critical attack chance by 10% of anyone affected by Warrior's Fury, which also applies to Thor. And again, you saw the perk chance, you saw the critical chance relatively high. This gets an extra boost to it. Now, jumping into his God Blast, I do the 3 charges. Thunderstorm really works well, especially now that they've upgraded everybody's heroics. Why is that? Because all of the God Blast attacks does high damage, so nothing sacrificed. You are getting a ton of damage with each God Blast. The only difference is, of course, you don't get the Weather Storm in this case over here, right? Son of the Elder Gods is how you get the cryo damage and inflicting 20% more damage, but instead I'm just taking at face value damage, and then I'm coupling that with God Blast inflicting 20% additional damage while overcharged. So if you can overcharge them and then use God Blast, you're gonna get amazing damage out of Thor. This is why this is a solid setup. Jumping into Ultimate Heroic, for his Bifrost, I use Jotunheim's Tempest. When he comes down, he leaves a field of cryo. Before I was thinking, I used to have Muspelheim. Where is it at? I used to have Muspelheim's Torment. I would leave burning. But because I'm kind of keeping my status in mind, since I'm doing a lot of vibranium, I don't want to use also burn because it's too hot or warm status effects. So I had to go with something a little more, you know, cool, and that is cryo. Alternatively, you could do something like this where you can create a spherical aura healing. So if you want to do a healing factor instead, you could do that too. But as it stands, usually running with a good group of guys, you can just use this and play the field pretty well. The other branch for Bifrost, I use Odin's Blessing of the Realm. Automatically activate Odin Force Overcharge when returning from the Bifrost. So you couple this with this in the Overcharge Blast. Use your God Blast after you use your ultimate heroic. After coming down from the Bifrost, then use God Blast and you'll get instant increased damage. So think about some of the things you do before you just do them, because that's how you get maximum damage or more efficient damage output from your heroes. Jumping into the mastery tree, in the combat tree, the first branch, I do stun damage because, well, I was doing stun damage because of the raid, but I believe I can change this. Yeah, increase all range attacks by 15%. Now I could do this: light and heavy attacks boost the energy of all heroic meters by 1.5% for light attacks and 2% for heavy attacks. Again, because I like getting in there with Thor and using his spinny hammer attacks and throwing the hammer around. You know, he has some nice hammer light attacks. Heroic charge would work for him because then you keep Warrior's Fury, you keep God Blast just consistently active, because with 3 charges it also charges faster. So heroic charge also works for this. Alternatively, what I have, which is range damage, throwing a hammer will do a lot of damage as well. So again, it all depends on you. I believe the shockwave from the hammer when it pins somebody down, I think that's also included as ranged attack. So I believe that also increases that damage, that shock damage. I like both of these. You can go with either one of these. Right now I'm going with range attack, but if you want to, go with heroic charge. This really works for the raid because doing your spinny attacks and stuff with Thor, you'll be able to stun Claw a whole lot faster. So make sure you switch to this skill if you're doing a raid, because that's the tactic to fight Claw. The middle branch, combo damage, increase the damage from combo finishers by 25%. So of course that's, melee damage basically for him. And then of course if you're an unarmed attack guy, you like literally putting the hammer down and fighting with your fists and headbutting, go ahead. If you're good at juggling with Thor, go ahead and throw that on there. But the combo damage is really good. And then of course the third branch, give me heroic orbs for Thor. Now for the range tree, the first branch I do critical throw. I hold it until the hammer flashes and then it generates a 20% increase critical attack damage. So if you got your crit chance high and you do this, you'll do a lot of damage with a good throw. So keep that in mind when throwing that hammer around. And then of course critical return increases the chance the hammer will inflict critical attacks on return by 35%. So when it's coming back, it's hitting people, you got a real high chance to do critical attacks. I like critical return. Use that for Thor. And then for me, I use speed burst. It's not a big deal. I like flying around, getting around a lot faster on these maps. Alternatively, I was using charge flight, and then I also was using this where you could dodge. And no, actually I've never used flying shots. So yeah, generating electrical charge is nice because when you hit the ground or whatever, it'll bow just like that. But I'm good. I need to fly, so give me that speed burst. Now the intrinsic ability tree, the first branch, force of will, dealing damage with while Odin Force is active, will recover 1.2% willpower per hit. Very smart to use when your defense isn't that high, because you can refrain from losing a lot of health and or keeping his health, you know, building up while in combat. The next or middle branch is double charge. Performing a perfect dodge grants 30 points of intrinsic Odin Force energy. Another good piece to use because you want that Odin Force energy to be overcharged to do increased attack damage, including your God Blast. Then the last branch of this tree is Surging Force. Increases the automatic regeneration speed of Odin Force by 12%. Again, it's going to charge fast. Good idea to use this. And then the intrinsic overcharge tree, the first branch, Lightning Field. While overcharged, surrounding enemies will be intermittently struck by lightning. This is great because when you use Warrior's Fury, it overcharges him, and as he's walking around, just lightning is coming down, striking enemies, and it does high damage. And of course, you got the increased damage output because of being overcharged with some of your previous skills, like the support skill. I think it's Ymir. So again, tying your skills together is how you're gonna get maximum output out of Thor. Charged resistance increases damage resistance by 50% when Odin Force is overcharged. Again, he needs defense with this build because he doesn't have high defense. So using skills like this will help his defense, help his health, fight against one hit blast basically. Right? The last branch of this tree is damage force. Increase all damage by 15% when Odin Force is overcharged. So again, you are increasing the damage output with Odin Force and also increasing the damage of your attacks and your God Blast while Odin Force is overcharged. Gotta put these skills together, put them together, be smart about it. That's why I'm giving you this guide so that way you can have a very good Thor in your strike team. And of course, champion points, just I try anyway, but stay away from this whole tree. Don't come in the combat tree. Tactical, utility, those work. Utility is the best one. Defense, for the most part, works. I think I said like willpower is kind of hard to judge, but defense works and willpower recovery works. This tree, beautiful. This tree, beautiful. All right, so keep that in mind. Now to jump into the gear. As you see, I got all the takedowns for him. I got my hero challenge card is complete. Still haven't found that one Black Panther comic. Maybe I just need to play around in Wakanda long enough to find it. Let's jump into this to the gear. So Gauntlets of Asgard's Scion. Shock, light rate, and shock power. Basically, my light combo finishers and my power attacks deal shock damage. And then Odin Force Breaker, 18% increased damage while Odin Force is active. So again, my Odin Force is basically its own assault heroic with the amount of power-ups from skills and gear. And as you guys see, resilience, proficiency, and might. My proficiency is out of the roof. Now, discordant binding. This is also a great one, mainly because of the vibranium. The vibranium is on all ranged attacks, right? So pin enemies or not, rain, throw that hammer, vibranium damage. Vibranium double leak is also nice because attacking an enemy with vibranium damage that has an active sonic spreads more vibranium. So most likely you're going to have somebody on your strike team or another hero of yours that's doing sonic, and as long as it's built and applied to enemies that you're hitting that's got a built up vibranium status effect, you're going to do more damage, status damage that is. Then of course, as I showed you guys, the faultless buff, melee crits grant damage buff. Precision, might, valor. This is really how I was able to build the might, the ranged, and the heroic stats, is because a lot of I think the rest of my gear, the next three pieces, are all precision, might, valor. And like I said, precision, might, valor. This piece I think I played around with. This one is fine mainly because of the reverberation impact, the 25% additional impact bonus from vibranium status effect. This is pretty good. If I come in here, I think I need to get another piece, but this is a piece I believe I had on him where I increased the rate of heroic energy while overcharged, increased willpower regeneration while overcharged, gain increased defense based on the amount of Odin Force intrinsic energy stored up. And then you also have this piece, which is nice. Stun damage on Warrior's Fury, the cryo status effect, and then the willpower recovery. But I like the piece I have because precision, valor, might, and the vibranium works because of my ranged piece. Then if we come in here to the heroic piece, Girdle of the Thunderer, a beast. Asgard's Dominion, increase all damage dealt while overcharged by 20%. Again, my overcharge Odin Force is crazy. And then of course, since with melee attacks, it could take a little bit to build it up, especially since his intensity is at 0. Using the lightning potentiator will help build that shock status that I do get as a result of swinging the hammer around. And then, of course, Odin's flight, it increases the regeneration speed of Odin Force energy while flying by 30%. So while you're flying, his intrinsic energy will build, and you can overcharge just by flying around with Thor. And this has precision, valor, and resolve, giving me a little bit of defense. But this is a solid build. And then, of course, if I ever had anything to do with Cosmic or going into the OLT to fight the Adaptor, and I wanted to do a Cosmic build, boom. Because the Cosmic build seems like you're like invincible against the Adaptoid. And then, as I said, proficiency and valor. That's what makes this build. That's why he's a beast. Now, I guess I could exemplify a little bit of this for you guys real quick. So let's go ahead and jump into a mission here. Open that. Oh, you know what? Before I do, I always gotta check the cosmetic vendor because there's always outfits that I don't have, mainly for Winter Soldier right now. So I gotta come in here and see what we got going on. I got plenty. So let's see what we got. I don't see anything for him. I see. I like that. Let me get that.
Everything look good, don't you?
Now he doesn't have an outfit in here. Ain't that interesting? He had like 3-4 outfits when he first dropped in there. Now all of a sudden not one shows up. Why it look like Thor held back from running faster? Like he almost looked like he running in place. So I typically like going to whatchamacallits. I'm not gonna do it this time. What I'm going to do is, let me get up here. Maybe it's because he don't have the cape either. That might be what it is. Let's grab our dailies and just jump into that's a good example of showing the power. Fighting Maestro. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna fight Maestro. That way you guys can see the power of this Thor in front of your eyes. Let me check my objectives real quick. That's right, the Ruskaya effects, right? Or product, whatever. So, yeah, this is where each hero basically just gets one piece. Ugh. But at least everybody gets gear on top of it, so you get 3 pieces of gear. So for Hulk, this isn't hard for Hulk. I actually might do this tonight. we'll see where my man Hulk at. Like Hulk, and maybe the other heroes, of course, just to keep them gaining close to 160, if not above it, so it's that much easier. But yeah, this won't be too hard. Bone Shaker is not hard. Stranglehold is not hard, and Hulk's Thunderclap is not hard. You can basically go into some pretty easy drop zones and do the Thunderclap. That really works for sure. Collecting the Ruskaya Protocol is going to be interesting. That I forgot how to do. Let's see. Where's the main one at? Why is his way up here? Where's the main one at? Oh, is it this? And they just changed the name of it? Okay, so, complete any war zone in the Utah region. Collect them. Well, oh, you collect them with Black Widow as part of the squad. Okay. So I'm gonna come here and get this one. And then, oh, that's just for that's for Captain America. Oh, no. I don't know, because it's saying you get 2 pieces. So did they increase the amount? Oh, I guess maybe that's what it is. You get 2 pieces now. So maybe you get upwards of 4? Or is it still 3? 3 or 4? Because there should be a main one, too. I know, I'm sorry. I'm holding y'all up. But there should be a main one, too, right? Yeah, Snowy. Oh, now he's got the Tundra. That's interesting. There was always a main one where it would give you gear. Eastern Seaboard. Oh, is it this one? Yeah. Complete Ruskaya mission event. So you gotta complete 6. So 6 heroes gotta clear the board, and then you'll get gear. So you can get, yeah, a total of 4 pieces. So this is a decent one to use for your heroes as well, because you can get 4 pieces of gear. So I actually might stick around and do this one and then jump back into God of War. We'll see. But for now, I'm gonna jump over here to Future Wasteland. Oh, Days of Anger. Let me go ahead and do that. Do Days of Anger, and we're more or less gonna mainline it. We're not gonna spend a lot of time, trying to get stuff and all that. We're gonna mainline it, okay? We are going through the main line net. And the hero that I'm hoping to complete it with, even though I think I have 5 heroes left. I got Hulk, Black
Agent
Widow.
Morales just gave me the heads up. More temporal anomalies. Considering they're in the future.
Hulk, Black Widow,
What
Spider-Man.
Maestro's up to is bad.
The 2 Hawkeyes.
Space-time continuum, bad. If he has a way to travel
Yeah, I
through
guess
time,
that is 5.
positive thoughts and good luck.
I guess that is 5. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Here we go. You guys get to see the power of Thor against Maestro. Eye patch man, eye patch man, eye patch man, eye patch man. And flying faster actually drains slower because of the charge. It actually drains your intrinsic energy a lot slower. Do you see that? But you see how fast it's building? Woo. I don't want to overcharge yet. That's all I gotta do right here.
Why did I think this was gonna go into
Bow, overcharge. Y'all see that? Ooh! I just boom, boom, boom. Who wants some of this? Yo, that's funny. I done forgot how to play Marvel's Avengers because the controls in God of War are so different. I'm trying to throw the hammer like. See, I keep trying to call it back with triangle. Oh my goodness. Ooh, you see what I mean right there? Boom. Alright. Alright. Oh, no. Oh, all these adaptoids. I'm just going. Now, look at this. You see that? You see that damage? And I blocked it with my overcharge. Sit down. It's gracious. I wish,
We're in the clear.
I wish you could call the hammer back in God of War like you do in here. Just press L2 again. Goodness gracious.
Finally arrived.
Yeah, we're real sticklers for not messing with the timeline.
As I predicted,
We're
your
sticklers for the
hypocrisy
timeline.
knows no bounds.
No bounds.
More trouble. Take him out.
Said take him out. Y'all want to see that God blast? Wow. Wow. You see that?
The
Woo.
harder they fall.
Woo. The harder they fall.
Out.
Oh, you tried to hop away. Oof, you see? The low defense. That's the con of this build is low defense. Appreciate it.
Eat your box, eat your toast.
That's the one thing about the build. Keep in mind. So play your hand right. Now I haven't played this game in a while, and I'm used to God of War controls right now. So I'm in a doozy.
You know damn well how risky that is. More goons. You know the drill.
Monica failed. I will not.
All right.
We will not be
Look at that. 2.5 hammer spins. All right, thank you.
We make our own fate.
Do you? And no. Oh Lord, here we go. See how the damage buff?
This sure doesn't feel like destiny, Maestro. Woo! That's a knockout.
Applied Sonic to him.
This is the storm
Give me
Morales
that.
told us about.
That's how you do it right there.
Maestro, here we come.
Alright, Maestro.
Another group down. Maestro's got to be close. Based on that broadcast,
Ah, goodness
Maestro should be
gracious.
up
I
ahead.
gotta wait for him to be done talking.
Well,
Really trying to hold you
here
up.
goes nothing.
This is crazy. So I'm gonna see if I can try to overcharge against Maestro's gonna be probably a little bit hard because of course we're in basically in an arena. So as long as I don't lose my overcharge build-up right now, it's draining. So yeah, it's gone. Oh, they're gonna wait till it's gone all the way. Oh, that's dirty. That's fine. That's cool. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna try to overcharge first. Just gonna fly around. Fly around, overcharge. He's gonna try to. He's going to try. Ah, shoot. I lost my overcharge though. Oh my goodness. Help! Alright, I was trying to get the damage buff. Alright. Where's he at? Boom. Alright, damage buff is active. You will not cheat me. You will not cheat me. Look, I didn't even get to use Bifrost. I didn't even get to use Bifrost. That's how fire Thor is
No more.
with this build. And you see, I was holding back. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
that would have been bad.
super power him up to show
Okay,
you how
let's go home before
bad
we
this
change
man
this
is with this
somehow.
build. And me holding back was still too much. This is a solid build for you guys. I like that image right there. I like that image. Too bad it's not no image I probably gonna use. I'm gonna need a different image form.
Just got word from Agent Morales. Tachyon
Alright, he
readings
got
are stable.
word. He got
Another
word.
time anomaly dealt with. Great work, everyone.
Good work. Now, for some reason, it won't allow you. How about this? Ah, I don't know if I got it. No, I didn't. That's fine. I'll have to just make something up. But that is the build for Thor. That is how you build a super solid Thor. Hopefully this video helped you guys out a ton. I can't wait to hear or see some of the things that you came across in building Thor, or if you did build it near this style, this way. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about these videos. Have you been enjoying the build guides for the heroes so far? You know, we basically were halfway through the heroes and on our way to continue to complete them. And let me know down in the comment section below. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys can like the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so I always have some videos on my live stream. So we sit back and see what's cracking. Whew, it's your man Micah signing out to the next video or live stream. Wait for it and keep her gaming.